What's up, YouTube, Facebook? It's Rebel back again live. How are you doing? Go Stingeon, go Rommel. Glad you're on. So we're going to do, instead of leaving at the end, we're going to do the giveaway at the beginning. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go through the, my usual things, the have a look at the prices today, see how the market's gone, and I'll go through the news. So with the news I'm going to cover, I'm going to ask a question related to the news, and whoever gets that right is going to win themselves $10 worth of Bitcoin cash. Okay, Boss Sounds, thanks for joining us. All right, so we'll get started on that. So pay attention. We'll do that early. Let's have a look. Where are we at? So let's have a look at the market. Find where I brought that up on the screen. We'll go back in here. All right, so today it was exciting. Bitcoin up 10%. So that was good to see. Ethereum up 3%. Ripple up another 3%. Bitcoin Cash up 10%, nearly 10%. Neo up 15%. Cardano, Stellar, about 3 or 4% there. EOS up 8%, and IOTA rounding out number 10 up 5%. So the real winners today in the top 10 were Bitcoin, followed by Bitcoin Cash, and of course Neo. So that was great news. So we definitely saw some gains. If we go down a little bit further, we see that Nano had a 30% increase today. Nice there from Binance Coin, up 17%. That's great to see. And Augur up 11%. Gas, which is to do with Neo, just like with Ethereum. Gas is basically kind of like how you with Ethereum, how you use up your ether. Okay, same sort of thing with gas. That's up 20%, which normally goes up when Neo goes up. And what else? And big move on Poloniex there, 47%. So yeah, all in all, good day. And if we have a quick look, let's switch back to the let's have a look at the chart. Always like the charts. Let's have a quick look. So as you can see, this is on, actually I'm on a 4-hour. We'll just switch to daily. Now we're on GDAX, BTC USD. So this is the big move all through 2017, all the way up to 20K, back to just over like 5.5, 6K. And now we are here at around about 10,689, so just under 11,000. The last 2 days we've had really strong candles. G'day SJXL, how you doing? So we've had really strong days last couple of days, but as you can see, if you're looking at trends, we're definitely broken out of this downward trend. Okay, we're definitely heading back on this direction. Now, Bitcoin rarely stays level for any time soon, so we're either going to see it go down or up. There's no real, other explanation for what's going to happen. But the way I see it is, check this out. I was looking at this earlier. Let's go back to the beginning of I think it was the beginning of 2018. Let's go all the way back. This may surprise you. Yeah, so this was the beginning, or this was 2017. Yeah, beginning of 2017. So let's have a look at what this chart looked like. So this was, basically we're at this level of 600. Okay. MC Hoddle, how you doing, mate? About 600, had this big move, and we went all the way up to 1200. Huge. I mean, doesn't it look like the chart we just had? Then we saw this huge retracement back, and if you have a look at it, this went down nearly right back to where it happened, nearly 800. Okay, and then whoa, right down to 760. So literally, this whole move from here, from basically 760. All the way through to 1100, nearly 1200, and then all the way back down. So what does this remind you of? We just saw something very similar to that. The difference was we were at we hit 20K, and we were at around about I think it was, if we move forward, I think it was about the 7-8K mark, and then it just exploded. Okay, so this is what happened pretty much 12 months ago. Then we check out. We move forward a bit, and we're starting to see a bit of recovery here. Okay, and we're into February now. February started to be bullish again, and as we move towards the end of February, as you can see, by the end of February, it nearly broke past the previous highs. And then when it hit March, it kept on going up. We had some retracement back to these pre-levels, as you can see through March. And then once, I think March and then May, and then it just continued. And once it broke through that resistance up here, it just continued on upwards. And this was when it was around 1500. So now we fast forward to now. We've seen some big gains. We've seen retracements. Okay, we're now down to here. We're back at this stage. What do you think is going to happen next? Keep that in mind. All right, so okay, JBL, how you doing? Yeah. So the let's get into some news. I checked out some news I saw on Twitter. So I like doing some snippets. I still love using Evernote. A while back I wrote some books on Evernote and on Amazon. That was my first time I wrote some books. So I really still heavily into Evernote, and I thought, how can I use some of this? So I started clipping some of the Twitter feeds so I can put the news together. So pay attention. I'm going to give away some cash at the end of this for whoever gets the first right question, and I'll go through the news first. So the first one is CoinJar. I signed up to CoinJar just recently, and if you're not familiar, CoinJar is like an Australian site. They might have overseas, I'm not sure. Maybe they are overseas, but CoinJar is in Australia. I don't know if they like is a one for a different country, but this one is for like Australia. Okay, so any Aussies out there, I didn't sign up for this one for a long time, but I've been using Living Room of Satoshi. Okay, which is another one I've talked about previously. Anyway, this one I signed up just recently and thought, oh, I'll just check out the buy and sell function and buying Bitcoin. And in fact, they do allow Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. I think there's the 4 plus Ripple. So I can buy all those, which is fantastic. And my limit is $2,000 a day. Now with Coinbase, it is $2,000 a week. And that's via credit card. Whereas with Coinbase, you can use a thing in Australia called BPay. It's like sort of like a bank transfer, but it's like an easy way to pay it. And you can BPay it in, and then it's the maximum is $2,000 a day. So this is a really good way to get in to buy larger amounts of Bitcoin if you want to, or straight into Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash or Ethereum or something like that. So this was really good. So CoinJar, if we go back to that news that I saw, was Poly payments are being suspended. So they're still using BPay and Blue Shift, and Blue Shift is like a thing where you can go to the news agency and you can actually, I think you can deposit. I'm not sure if you can take out, but you can definitely deposit into CoinJar. And for the withdrawals, it withdraws to your bank account. Whereas Living Room Satoshi, you can get it to your bank account, but it's practically anonymous. Whereas CoinJar, you have to do all the KYC and sign up so that they know it's you receiving the funds. So that was good from CoinJar. So maybe they'll re-enable Poly. Poly's just a payment system. I don't know why it's down, but BPay is good enough to do the job. All right, so next one. Telegram expects to raise as much as $1.7 billion in a second sale that will begin at the end of February, according to documents reviewed by Business Insider. That's in addition to the $850 million already raised. Okay, so that's huge. And you know what? They're probably going to get that because Telegram is like a real business. Telegram is absolutely so connected to this crypto space, with nearly every single ICO and every single channel uses Telegram to communicate to all the basically to their audience and to their members. So this is, you know, pretty huge. I think they'll do it, and I think they'll raise it. It'll be interesting to see. I think there'll be more of this. There'll be more well-known companies that either do ICOs or raise funds in other ways to build something new. So that's pretty exciting. This one here, Craig Wright. Now, it'd be interesting to see what happens. Like, some people say that he's the Satoshi, basically the guy that invented Bitcoin. There's basically there's a court case. It's going to start. This is the I think it's the estate of Dave Kleiman, and I believe he's deceased, and they're basically trying to take Craig for a few things, but basically they're trying to get $5 billion or $10 billion. Yep, billion. I said. They're claiming that he forged signatures to get hold of Bitcoin, and defrauded Dave from Bitcoin, and basically they've waited after he's passed away, and now amazingly they're coming after him for funds. I find that interesting. I suppose it's like this. There's always someone, why didn't Dave come after him? Don't know. Maybe they're just, it's greed. I don't know too much about this story, but it always fascinates me. People wait, and then all of a sudden, someone is worth so much money. Let's sue them now, and maybe lawyers have got something to do with that because they figure they can get more money out of it. So, moving on. Big news, Poloniex. Circle buys crypto exchange Poloniex for estimated $400 million. And just like you're thinking, well, who's Circle? What is Circle? Well, this meme here next tells you exactly what's going on. Goldman Sachs buys Poloniex because they think crypto will fail. And I'll show you a little thing in a second. Just you need to have a good think about this. So, we're talking Goldman Sachs, right? Back startup, Circle, just bought a $400 million crypto exchange. Okay. Remember how Goldman Sachs thinks it will fail? Here's what the Circle CEO said. In November 2016, nobody will be using Bitcoin in 5 to 10 years. Yep, and they just spent $400 million. Now, what's interesting is we're going to see more and more banks, big institutions, big companies that we know of. Yeah, Alex, it is a great meme. We're going to see more of this where the big money are just going to go, wow, we're missing out on crypto. Let's just buy an exchange. Let's just buy this whole project. Let's buy this ICO and take control of this. Even though it might be decentralized, they can still take over perhaps the core development of it and stuff like that. We're going to see a lot more of this because, why would they do that? It makes money. Also, they get to control it. And I also saw this, where is this article? This one here. Excuse me. This was a confidential Circle presentation. You probably can't read it, but you can check out the Crypto Dog or Nathaniel Popper on Twitter. And basically, it talks about the Circle's acquisition and the fine print here that it's going to be a standalone exchange business. Their approach with the SEC. Apparently, they're in the process or along the way with setting up a license to be the first approved by SEC crypto regulated exchange. That's what they want to be, the first regulated crypto exchange. Now, what's interesting is if they are the first, and they, SEC loves them, endorses them. Okay, this is great for these guys. But also what they can do is they can lobby to say, you know what, if you're not licensed exchange, then you're not going to be able to trade. It'll be against the law to do it. So they will then force all the exchanges to become, like a legit exchange. And basically what they're doing is they're using their power and influence, and they're taking over that market. Now, they might absolutely take over all of the exchanges over time. They might take over the exchanges in the US, and it will be just like, you know, dealing with stock market or futures or something like that. It's the same crowd that owns all these exchanges, and also maybe there'll be competition as well. I don't know, but this basically I see as a big turning point for the US. One, it's going to bring mass adoption when you got more of this you know, regulated stuff, and they start bringing in a lot more products and a lot more people actually start investing and the big money comes into it. That'll be huge. But they want to make sure they control it, and they also want to make sure they profit from it, because they've certainly missed out so far. So that's interesting news. Just finally go back up to here. Do this little thing for yourself. What percentage of your friends own Bitcoin? I took this little survey today. Jimmy Song did this one. And basically, I chose 0 to 5% of my friends are in Bitcoin. And that turned out to be 76% of the 16,912 votes. And that still is 13 hours left for that. But that was interesting to see. That's how much adoption Bitcoin and crypto is. So if your friends, like, you think about it, like with your friends, 0 to 5%, is that what they have? And basically over 2/3, maybe even 3/4 of people have said that, you know, basically between 0 and 5 friends out of 100 are into Bitcoin and no one else is. So this means there's so much more room for it to grow. And that's my point on this one. Also, Poloniex, our most requested feature is here. Start trading with Ledger HQ. So if you have a ledger, and if you don't know what that is, I don't currently have a ledger yet. I have, see that there? That's a Trezor. See that one there? Okay, that's a Trezor. And basically, there's a ledger. You can get a ledger. And a ledger, which I don't have yet, but they are a wallet. You can now trade with this app called Paradex.io. And essentially, it's like a decentralized exchange, just like IDEX.market. It's also like EtherDelta, the same sort of principle. I went to the site and checked it out. I haven't actually signed up. All right, and lastly, Bitcoin Private. We're proud to announce that is on HitBTC. So that's just come up my feed today. I saw that. So that'll be when Bitcoin Private does come out. And if you know what that is, that's coming out within a day or so. With Z Classic and Bitcoin, you'll actually get Bitcoin Private. So if you're holding Bitcoin or Z Classic, you will get Bitcoin Private. Okay, and that's how it'll work. But if you are on an exchange, only some exchanges and some wallets for when that fork happens. All right, now quickly the question. Ooh, what's going to be the question? So the question is, let me think of what it's going to be. I did think about it before. Just got to remember what it was. Okay, the first person that tells me how much how much was Poloniex bought for? The first person gets it. $10 Bitcoin Cash. Let's see who's going to do it. And if you missed it, it's what? How much money did Poloniex? Boss Sounds guessed 1.7 billion. Incorrect. SJXL correct. Yes, 400 million. Absolutely. Well done. You were definitely paying attention. All right, so SJXL, you are the winner. Thanks for everyone for trying. It's definitely 400 million. We go up to here. They paid an estimated 400 million. They buy the exchange Poloniex for an estimated $400 million. So congratulations, SJXL. So SJXL, would you put your Bitcoin Cash address in there? Oh, onto it already. Fantastic. All right, let me send you some cash. Excellent. I'm glad you're paying attention. Thank you, everyone, for having a go at that. That's very good. All right, so let's send some Bitcoin Cash your way. It's my favorite part, giving away cash. All right. $10 USD coming your way. Just let me know that you've received it. I just love it. I mean, I don't know where you are, SJXL in the world, but you know, this is the cool thing about, you know, the whole crypto thing. I can send you this, and you can receive it, and you know, I don't have to have my bank approve. Sure, the networks are there to run it, but no one is basically saying I can't send you the funds. And look at that, you've already got the funds already. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Okay, awesome. So that's good. That covers about the news. As you can see, I'm very bullish on where we're at right now. You know, can't wait till some of the alts start moving up. And I might just ask, we'll finish up pretty quickly, but I just want to see if you guys got any questions. If you have any questions, drop them in there right now. Let's have a quick look. Some people are talking about, what do I think about Mintcoin? Please review Ice Rock Mining. Yes, I have seen some ads for Ice Rock Mining. Kind of made me laugh about a couple of things. Because it just seemed a little bit funny putting them in the side of a mountain, but I don't know. I don't know if it was all for show, the way they put the rigs. Like, I don't know. Like, I saw some pictures and I thought, what happens if water drops from the ceiling of these ice rocks onto this equipment, and the way they just had it on the shelves? I don't know. It just looked a bit dodgy to me, but I will check it out. What do I think about Mintcoin? You know what? Let's have a look at Mintcoin now, and then where are we at? Oh yeah, did I see any other news? Oh yes, the guy that bought the pizza with Bitcoin now used Lightning to buy some pizza. That was interesting news. Also read about one of the core developers said there was a lot of problems with Lightning. There was nothing else there. Apparently 50 Cent said never own Bitcoin. Well, why would he say ever own Bitcoin if he went bankrupt? And what else did I see? That Cointelegraph. Was there anything else there that was interesting? BitPay. BitPay processor begins enforcing a ban on prohibited activities on its platform. And I'll quickly talk about that, and then I'll go on to Mintcoin. But basically, BitPay is basically like a processor where you know, you can use them to pay for Bitcoin. And what was interesting is for this person here, Sexy Saffron, obviously this was on a subreddit, and basically they were saying as soon as they allow for XXX payments, they become a high-risk payment processor, which increases their costs in the fiat world. And so that's what they're banning. Here's a list of some of the stuff they're doing. They're banning all these things, and this will continue to grow, and this is what happens with payment processors. Because if they don't, their ties to the fiat currency, and if they deal with banks, the banks say you can't participate in this, otherwise we won't give you banking services. And this is what is happening. You know what? All this here, no one is going to be using BitPay to pay it. So they will switch to different payment processors. It's as simple as that. And we see this with like PayPal, where they can you know, hold your accounts, and even if you are doing the right thing, if their system says that you are doing the wrong thing, you're going to get your funds held, even if you're a merchant or even if you're just a consumer. So yeah, this is pretty typical, and this is because the banking system and governments want to protect people. Okay, so they enforce rules, and then those rules get enforced onto payment processors. So let's move right along to yeah, let's do that coin. So let's have a look at coin market cap, and we'll look up Mintcoin. Someone says it's still worth cloud mining. Yes, a few people I know just recently just started with their cloud mining contracts. So let's put in Mintcoin. Now I haven't really looked at Mintcoin before. Ooh, what happened there? Crashed. Time to have a coffee, I think. We'll try that again. Mintcoin. Nice. Under 1 cent. So the supply, 24 billion, or nearly 25 billion. Volume 600,000 US a day. Market cap 40. Rank 232. So there you go. You've seen. Let's have a quick look at. So Jesus had some big move recently. So here's the thing, right? So for some time, this is like been 2015. Not much is happening, and then we had last year. It's had a big move there. Let's have a look at the last month. Massive move recently. So I don't know what sort of. It's hard to even work out what that is. I'm not sure how much of an increase that is, but I'm going to say it's a lot. I would say that is a fair increase. I'm not sure I'd have to check out the how much it increased by, but I would say it's a lot. Let's see where it's on. It's on Cryptopia and the Coin Exchange. So 96% the volume was on Cryptopia. So it's not I wouldn't say it's a major exchange. So this will be interesting. Like, it'd be interesting what happens when it finally gets out onto other exchanges. Sometimes when you're so concentrated, it's like Nano. Well, it's rebranded Nano. It was Rayblox before that. Now it's Nano, but it was on an exchange which had a catastrophic drama recently with that one, and that exchange basically. Nano was one of the biggest things they were trading. So this here Mint, when they get onto other exchanges, it'll be interesting to see what happens. So let's check out the website. So this is what you do. You have a look where it is. We're at 232 market cap. It's a coin. We're doing over $500,000 a day. It's starting to really move. Let's check out the website and see what's special. And while that's thing, I had another question there. Why is Z Classic dropping? So Z Classic is dropping is because people who bought into Z Classic beforehand basically have been selling since everyone's been discovering about the fork. So that's why when I talked about it, it was about 106. I remember doing a video on it. It was $106. It went right up to $200. I think at 170, I said you should think about selling out. Unless you wanted to really hold on to it. So you would have made 60-70% gains at that stage. It did go to 200. It's dropped right back, and last time I checked tonight was $76. Now we don't know what's going to happen after it, but this is people taking profits because they bought in a lot earlier. A lot of them bought in before it was $100, and they're selling into the people who are only just discovering it now. So pay attention to that when you want to participate in this stuff. The longer term out for these forks, if you position yourself, then you've got a greater chance of making some gains and selling into the crowd that only found out about a week ago. Right, so Mintcoin, let's have a quick look at their site. Oh my God, this is the worst website. Oh my God. Is this really it? Can that be? Oh my God, Mintcoin official. So, we are living in 2018, I'm sure. And this is the best website they can come up with. That's a shame. Really? Okay, so that's my first thing. My God, who's running the show? Maybe since 2014 they haven't changed this, but this looks like so old school. Tell me if you think it's crazy or not. All right. Basically, 2014's been out. 30-second block target. 50 confirmations a minute blocks. No maximum supply of coins. Not sure. Maybe that keeps going. It says here, currently minting at 5%. So I suspect that maybe, I don't know, maybe you hold on to them and you get 5% or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. I'm going to have to do a bit more research into that one. Because obviously, it's, there's a lot of volume going. So maybe they're knowing something's coming up. I'm going to have to check out the news on that. Let's see what social says. Dev updates on mintcoin.zone. Well, let's check that out. So what I'm doing here is research. This is what you guys need to do if you're interested in making some serious money. Okay, you need to research these coins, and people bring them up all the time, and you've just got to research them and see what's going on. So, you know, why is that price going up? You know, the website looks ridiculous. What are they doing? So they're doing an iOS wallet. So they've got different wallets here. So it's just a simple coin. Mintcoin has an annual percentage rate minting reward of 5%. So I assume that if you hold the coins for at least 20 days in an address, you pay this 5%, which is over 12 months. Now they're going to 100% proof of stake. Interesting. I wonder if it's already proof of stake. So proof of stake is different to Bitcoin, which is proof of work. So proof of work is mining, whereas proof of stake is a different process, and they might be doing a bit more. So this is the sort of thing you need to check out. There's not too much information on here. There is news on the updates. We'll have a quick look. I won't spend much more time on this. I probably won't be able to answer all your questions. There's a few ones there about LightPay, Nebulous, about BCPT, which is in the next couple of days. And yes, I think I might do a random comment tomorrow, Manto. G'day, Beamer. How you doing? Hey, Audrey. So, yeah, LightPay. No, I got an email this morning from LightPay. And they said it can sign up as a merchant, but they're delaying their cards. So I'll be signing up as a merchant for LightPay. I want to see how that system works for taking like transactions. Just having a quick look here. So you never know. See, they might be either, you know, they might do a fork. They might do a rebranding. Not sure. Not sure what's happening with Mintcoin. Obviously, you get a 5% staking. It's been out for 4 years. Okay, and maybe they're just doing some wallets. This is back in February. Be interesting to see what happens, because all they have to do is if the development team starts to implement new things, who knows, announce some sort of either airdrop or fork or some new development, all that news is good. And the thing is, that price, we're at 232 at the moment, you know, and the price, yeah, it's pretty inexpensive. It doesn't look like it's gone crazy with the price, so there's, you know, room for it. And if some news comes out, people get on board with that. So we'll have to do some more research into Mintcoin. If you guys come up with something, let me know. But it's definitely on the rise, and you can see this volume, even this volume here. We have a look in the last 3 months, the volume has really picked up. As you can see, there was a lot of volume here, but just in this period it's starting to come up, and this was in January. So we had the last 3 months. So obviously the price was, you know, was quite big, and when we came back, but it's on the rise again. So it's quite possible it'll break into new highs. Very interesting with this one, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. You got to get into coins before they take off, and 10x and 100x. Okay. All right. No, Mintcoin is a 4-year-old coin, but you never know. They might be looking at something new to, you know, it could be a name change. It could be something new that they want to introduce, just like how Z Classic, they brought in a fork, and, you know, it's made huge gains for everyone that had Z Classic. Okay. All right. I think we're going to finish up now. Thank you everyone for joining me tonight. I will catch up with you tomorrow. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel, all you need to do is subscribe, put your comment or a question in. I do check them all, and also put your Bitcoin and Cash in address, because sometimes I do giveaways on the comments, and other times I do live, and I'll either do, like I did tonight, I do a question where you got to answer a question and get it right and win $10 worth of Bitcoin Cash, or I might do random. So I might be doing random tomorrow night. Don't know. We'll see what happens. Cool. All right. Well, I'll have a look do a bit more research on Mintcoin, see what I can find out. I will let you know the fork for Bitcoin private. It has not happened yet. It happens between the 28th and 2 days after that. And if you have Bitcoin then you'll be getting a snapshot of it. But make sure that you've got your Bitcoin in either a wallet that's going to give you that, or on an exchange that's going to give you that. Otherwise, you won't be able to participate in that. Okay, but don't go at the last minute transferring into Z Classic or something like that. This is probably not the best time to do it. Okay. Alrighty, well, thank you very much. And if you want to join, let's have a quick look here. Yeah, if you want to join me on my Telegram group and you've got other questions, I've created this group. I was doing Facebook. I've still got a Facebook group, which you can join. But as far as messaging, it's probably easiest with Telegram. They're more crypto friendly. So you can always join that. Just click on the green button, go through, it's free. And you can always chat with me and other people. Okay, so the more the merrier. Alrighty, I will talk to you again soon. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.